YouTube Tuesday from Barnabas Junction, brought to you in association with the Model Railway YouTube community group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for MRYCG.
Well, good evening everybody. I hope it's all working and you can hear me loud and clear. Give us some thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. It's great to see so many of you already here in the chat. I'm just looking at the screen up beside of me. Who we got here to start with? We've got, take you back to the beginning, Jamie Smith, hello. Owens Model Railways, good evening. Finnerton Central, hi. Moderators, Sparky, David Cook, hello. Piccadilly, John Warner, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. David Cook, March West Junction TMD, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. David Atkins, Langton Road. Wow, so many of you are flooding in already. It's great to see you all here tonight. Wroxham Junction, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Wow, so many of you. New Durham Junction, Tom Maddox, Dinmore Junction, Timbersurf, hello to you. Alan Hurley Central, good evening. Hugh, good to see you. Thank you. Chris Hales Heritage Railway. Hi Barnabas Junction and all, hope you are well. Indeed we are, and good evening to Alan of Dragon Junction. Good evening indeed, and it's great that Sparky is here because I've got his t-shirt on. Sparky 107 107. I'll just spin it round. Look. There you go. Make sure you check out Sparky, good friend from over in lovely Canada. So good day to you, model railroaders. Right, so what have we got for you today? Quite some interesting stuff. I did say in the announcements a few bits and bobs that we're going to be doing. Just to follow up on last week, I've primed the fueling points. I've fixed the wiring of the points underneath here and had a look at some of the other points as well on the TMD that were a bit stiff. It turns out the motors are just twisted a little bit in some of the heat, so I just readjusted the position of them and they're all working brilliantly. So what have we got for you today? Well, we're going to be talking about this DCC fitting. We're going to be putting this sound decoder using a harness into this Lima 33. Now this is already DCC fitted with a decoder, but the decoder is useless, so we're going to be taking that decoder out and fitting this one. It's been kindly donated to me, and also push that one side. I found what I believe, I've no idea if it is, but I'm sure it is, this 21 pin decoder. So we're going to be sticking that, if we get a chance, into this aggregate 66 as well. What else have we got? Well, I'll just put that to one side. We've also got, if I can find the bag, we're going to be, in fact, I'm going to show these first, straight away. Wow, thank you very much, Gary. That's totally unexpected, and as states, totally uncalled for. Thank you very much, Gary Lester, TMD. Yes, Gary Lester, check him out, great chap. Building now his layout in his loft after he's had his roof fixed. Check out his channel. If moderator would kindly post the link to his channel into the chat, please go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Absolutely top guy, Gary, and it's great to see you at many events in the past. But what we'll do is, courtesy of that, straight away, Gary, I'm going to give you the moderator status. Thank you very much. I'll just find you. There we go. So you are now a moderator for this show this evening. Well done to you. Thank you. Owen as well. Come on, guys. you're really making me blush here now. So thank you very much, Owen. You also get moderator for the show today. So that's great on you. Thank you very much indeed. Right. So, but before we do the DCCing, what we've got here, this is, I'll just place these out. We've got, these are, I'll just try and get them in shot for you. We've got some kits. I'm going to put them in the right places. Right, so what we got, that goes there, that goes there. So let's move them over. Let's tilt the camera a little bit more. There we go, that's better. And that one goes there. And also, I'll just move that one. And we've got this one as well. Right, so some of you might have known that if you watch previous videos, my back scene, to show you, the back scene at the back over there, the city scene of me High Street, was produced by Jumble Lane Printing. Top chap, absolutely incredible job he did, and I'm overwhelmed with how amazing that looks. But that's not where it stops. Jumble Lane Printing has now started doing 3D printing, and we've got a few kits here for you to show off to you, and we're going to be actually building one, maybe two of them. So to start off with, we've got this one. This is 00 gauge hot tub. Now this does come in two pieces and you just slot them together. I'll take it out of the bag actually. So I'm not sure whether it'll allow me to re-separate them. They are a really good fit. There we go. So they come in two sections. You've got the outer tub and you've got the inner tub, the liner as they call it. And that is moulded inside a particular shape. So you can see there's different moulding shapes on there. And that literally, whichever way you want it, it fits in no matter what. That just slots in there. You've got a little step at the front, and there you go. You've got yourself a 3D printed hot tub for your layout. You can place that in a back garden. You can even, because these are that good, you can even put some realistic water or even some clear PVA in there and put a figure in that's bathing away. It's great to get in the hot tub during the hot weather. So that is 00 gauge garden hot tubs, courtesy of Jumble Lane Printing, and there are full instructions, although you doubt very much you'll need it for that, and details of the website and everything on the back. Moving on from that one, he doesn't stop there. You know, he doesn't. We go even more stuff for you. We've got 00 gauge children's paddling pool. Paddling pool, they say. So yeah. Now this is good because I've got a paddling pool which is pretty much identical to this one. It comes in two sections. You've got your paddling pool section, the lower ring, and you've got the white upper ring as well. And that literally just slots in like that, and there you go. And again, you could put some realistic water, things like that, or even a figure bathing in there. Maybe even put a little ladder on the side, scratch build a little ladder and have someone diving in, well, not necessarily diving into there, but sliding down into it. Great little 3D kit. Totally love that, and I will indeed be finding somewhere at some point in the future somewhere to place these. All details can be found on the Jumble lane. Check them out on Facebook. So again, that is the children's paddling pool, and again, instructions are on the back with full details, and I'll just hold that there so you can read. So see it, there we go, it's focused now. Full details of how you can get hold of these kits are on the back. But we've got even more. Right, we've also got, and I've not taken this one out of the bag yet. Well, we're gonna have a go at this in a moment. We've got 00 gauge garden trampoline. Now this is a prototype version because it's all in black, but he has since started doing them in different colours, where the outer edge of the trampoline itself is grey, like the springs. So good stuff there. There you go. So Jumble Lane Printing. We'll have a go at putting that together hopefully in a moment. I've not, as I say, it's still in the bag, so you won't know. I won't know how it goes. But I think one of the good things is this one. This is the 00 gauge traditional market stall 4-pack. Inside here we have lots of little sections, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out and place them on the table. So there's 4 of them in total. We've got for each market stall, we've got an A-frame. So I'm going to place that actually behind the white card so you can see that better. So there you go, you've got the A-frame at the end of the market stall. We've got the table tops for the market stall. We've also got the roof sections for the market stall. And I don't know if you can see, but they have also got the edging. Just get that in view. I'm not sure how well it's showing.
Jason?
Yes?
Can you just mute the mic a sec, please?
Yes, certainly. One moment.
Important.
Apologies for that, just had a knock at the door. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to get some glue, and we're going to have a go at putting one of these together. So what we'll do is we'll get an A-frame, we'll get 2 roof sections, and we'll get a base. And what we'll do, so I don't lose any bits and bobs, if I can find where it is, I'll put the other bits away. So great to see so many of you here in the chat again today. Right, so we place that to one. So here we go. So we've got, I'll just get rid of those little bits. We've got the 2 roof sections, the centre board, and the A-frames. Right, so let's get some glue. Try and find out where I've placed it. It might have helped if I actually got the glue ready before we started the stream. So where have I put the glue? There we go, there it is. Still with the Nightwing kit. Okay, so again, we're going to use super glue. We've got the 2 versions here that we used for the Nightwing kits. So we're going to use Gorilla Super Glue Gel, and also we've got the Loctite Super Glue Gel. We'll do little bits and see how each one develops. Now certain glues you've got to be quite careful because they will have an effect with the plastic. Now what I can confirm is it's highly recommended to use Plastic Magic, as that's the preferred product to use for these. So what I'm going to do is we'll have a go with this, and I'll start with the Gorilla Glue. So just undo the top and just check, yep, we've got liquid coming out. Right, so we'll do what we're supposed to do, and we'll read the instructions. So the instructions: using a glue such as Deluxe Materials Plastic Magic, as instructed there, attach the table to the 2 A-frames, locating the frames in the slots at each end of the table. The glue will make it easier to push the joints home. Hold in place for a few seconds for the glue to cure. Okay, So we reckon, so we now looking at this, we'll just test fit just to see if any trimming needs to be done. Now there are, I don't know if you can see them on the camera, probably not. There's two little tiny notches in the end, and they are shaped to fit with the A-frame. So we make, there is basically only one way that they'll fit in, and as it looks, I think we just need to file down the edges of that base. So I'll just get the file. Alright, okie dokie. So there's the file. Tools. They are in here. Okay, I think that one is okay. I'll just get that one as well, just in case. So a couple of files, and using just the tip of those files, just move that bag out of the way. Well, I'll just file the grooves just a little bit to allow the A-frame to slot in. And they are made with quite hard plastic, so it might take a little bit of a file. That's it, just that little bit, and we're about to do the other side while we're at it. There we go. Okay, so now filed them in. They should now allow for a more snugger fit. Helps if we got it the right way up, doesn't it? So which way? It's that way. Yeah, that does. That is better. So that'll slot in very much like so. Right, so let's go with the glue. So with a little tiny dab on there, spread it about to allow it to fit, and get the table the right way up, which is that way. Just double check. No, it's the wrong way up. Always double check, double check, triple check. So place that on there. There we go. That's fit. So we now hold that in place and allow the glue to dry. It's starting to set. One moment. Okay, so that's now setting, and what we'll do is we'll get the other A-frame. Well, we'll place that like so, and that's setting quite well. So we'll get the other A-frame now, and just dab a little bit of the glue on there, and place that one also. Let's see if I get it on the right way. Place that one on top. Hopefully I am doing this right, and I'm sure Jeff, who is here in the chat, will be able to tell me if I am doing it right. So there we go. We'll wait for those A-frames now to set. While we do, we'll have a look in the chat. It's great to see it again. I say so many of you. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Okay, so Anfield, hello Jason. Yes, Anfield Road Loft, they are in the loft. Thanks for joining us. J94, hello. Hillcop Model Railway, good evening. I'll catch you up on the chat very shortly. In the meantime, I'm just going to sort something out, and I'll be right back with you. Right, sorry about that, chaps. All left you in the lurch. Here we are back. I'll just double check that we are still getting audio. Yeah, we've got audio. Right, so we're working in the chat. Sparky, so like street marketing setting, indeed, yeah. So Jeff's helping out there in the chat. So good evening to everybody that's joined since I previously said hi. Thank you very much. Now, I'd just like everybody to take a moment to say hello to Lee of Anfield Layout in the Loft. Great chap, great young lad that's building a layout in the loft, and he's been doing some really good scratch building. So if you take a moment to please check out his channel. Great little channel, always doing many live streams. If a moderator would kindly like to drop a link to his channel, please do so. I spy in my little eye something beginning with T. So apologies if I've missed any questions in there. Feel free to post them again if my moderators haven't done the honours and answered them for you. So while we're away, this has now glued. It's now nicely set. Yeah, that's nice and solid. So we've got the base of the stall, and all we need to do now simply is add the rooftops. Now, all being well, and looking at that, yes, they fit beautifully on the top. So simply we just need to add a dab of glue to each of the sides, and Jeff does with the plastic magic. It's good because what happens is if you put a bit of plastic magic on one of the ridges, what happens is it will actually mold the edges together to create a seamless seam, as we could call it. But I'm happy. We'll use this glue gel, and again, nice dab on the top parts of the A-frames. We'll do one side at a time, and making sure that you've got the edging the right way up. We place that nice and central on top of the A-frames. We'll hold that in place for a second. Now you can paint these up either before or after. Jeff also does with these, you can get market stall, the boxes that fit onto the stall, and he does inserts for them as well, where you can buy the likes of bananas, oranges, potatoes, cucumbers, all that sort of stuff, carrots, and you can have boxes with the fruit and veg on the market stall. Full details will be available on Jeff's website. Check them out. Also, you'll find these products coming very soon on the Westhill Wagon Works Limited website as well, westillwagonworks.co.uk. What am I building? I am building a 00 gauge market stall. Just hoping that there's enough glue on there for it to bond. May just need another little dab underneath there. Let's just, one side has set, one side hasn't. So they're not, I've got a bit of a shaky hand at the moment, so just make sure that those are lined up without getting glue all over my fingers. That's lined up nicely, so I'll just press that down. Ooh. Press that down, let that set. And while I do so, what I'm going to do is just put another dab of glue on the back end of that A-frame, because it was not very tight. There we go. We'll just move that around. There we go. Just blow on it to aid the glue to dry. And what we'll do now is we'll put a bit of glue also on the other 8 frame tops, and a little tiny dab of it across the top to merge the two pieces together. And again, we get the other market stall roof section without gluing my fingers together. Oh, yeah, my fingers are sticking to it. The joys of glue. And there we go. We now have our, let's turn the camera up. It's still wet, the glue is. Market stall. There we go. Simple as that. Really simple, easy kit. Available for you to get your hands on at jumblelaneprinting.co.uk. If you're after any of these, then make sure you get in touch with Jeff. He is in here in the chat. He's got his Facebook page as well as the website, so check it out and give it a like, thumbs up, follow, or whatever you wish. Now, another one that he's just come out with is this one, and this is for various different turntables on your layouts. Now, he himself has got Helgin turntable, and he assures me that that particular one, this does fit for that, and it can work for other layouts, other turntables for your layouts. Something that I haven't here got myself. So we've got a kit here, and it is, as it says, the Cobble Surround. Now, I'm not going to open this particular kit because I've got one in true Blue Peter style. I've got one here already open, so I'm obviously not going to build, and there's enough here in this kit, surround cobbled edges. Just show one, and you can see the cobblestone on them to go around your turntable. You obviously cut these to size in between your tracks, in between the track sections, to fit on the edging. And what he also does include is the little smaller sections that go between your tracks. So if I just get a piece of track, I've got one under here somewhere. If I can find it, there it is. Piece of flexi track. So it's a bit big for testing this. So just making out that this is a section of track that goes onto your turntable. That piece there will fit just nicely between the rails to allow for the flanges to pass through as it enters onto your turntable. So likewise, these edges would go around the edge of your track like that on your turntable. Superb kit. I say, I haven't got a turntable, so I can't show you putting them on a turntable, but there's enough here. There is 1, 2, just tilt that down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and he assures me this is enough, more than enough, to do a full ring. Obviously, you won't need to use them all because you'll be cutting it into sections, but there's enough there for a full ring around a turntable, and plenty there. In fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for your lanes onto your turntable as well. So lovely little kit for those that are looking for a more realistic effect around your turntables. I'll place them away. So superb kits there by Jumble Lane Printing. Thank you very much for allowing me to demonstrate these, and we'll see more of these, I'm sure, over in time. So I'm going to place these away so we can get on with other stuff. Okay, so they're away. So what else have we been up to? Let's have a look. Hello, hello. That's, refreshments for today is Coke Zero. Other soft drinks are available. Okay, yeah, quite impressed with that. Nice little market stall. Right, so let's check out the chat, should I say. Einhorse Route, hello, good evening. So another channel that I'd like to mention and give a shout out to is David Atkins. He is here in the chat. He's from British Columbia, and brilliant guy. Not had the chance to meet him yet. We've come close. We've been in the same vicinity during times here in the UK when he's been visiting. I'm sure we will in the future have that opportunity. I'll just bring that down so I'm not staring at the side. So yeah, David Atkins is doing superb building, layout building and stuff like that. Check him out, give him a subscribe. Highly recommend. Great chap to have a chat with, and it's great that he's here. Thank you very much for being here, David, and I do look forward to meeting you very soon in the future, obviously when time comes where we can travel again. So I'm going to scroll backwards through the chat. Sit here now, make things from scratch. Yes, indeed you do, Anfield. So if moderator would be kind enough to post a link for David Atkins channel. Please feel free, go check it out, give him a subscribe if you like what you see. Don't forget, if you do subscribe to a channel these days, YouTube have made it where you've got to view a few of the channels and maybe also give them a chat. Give them a comment on one of the videos. Say you've subscribed because you've heard it here on YouTube Tuesday with Barnabas Junction. David will be very pleased and very accommodating to enjoy you as a subscriber of his channel. Right, apologies for not catching all your chat. I'll start afresh right from the beginning. So, hello, Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider. Good evening to you. I might be over again in 2021. Absolutely look forward to it, David, and we must meet up. What's on the board behind you, Jason? It's a poster of MRYCG, great little poster flyers that we give out. If you ever see us out and about, pick up a leaflet. It tells you all about MRYCG, what they do, and the community, the great community that they're all involved in. I will be posting further updates. I've got that purely because I want to make a note of the right things that I should be doing with the layout, because I'm always forgetting what I do, and little notes will be going on there to remind me throughout these shows also what needs to be said, just so I don't forget, because I do. I forget. I've got a brain like a sieve. Route 7 Railway, good evening to you, Steve. Has the 68 stopped meowing? At the moment, yes. It's just purring away nicely. What I might do is at the end of this, if I don't forget, because I've not wrote it down, I might just show you do a little bit of a few minutes running session before we do disappear. Something I've not done for a while. But bearing in mind, none of this track has been cleaned for a long time, so we may have some issues. How do you join MRYCG? Well, depending on what platform you're on, all you need to do is find it on Facebook. In fact, just go to Google and Google MRYCG, the Model Railway YouTube community group. The home of MRYCG is on Facebook, the Facebook private group. If you do have Facebook, make sure you check it out. Click the join button, answer the 3 simple questions, where one was what gauge do you work with, where did you hear about the group, and basically have you read the rules. Simple as that. Really easy. It's just to stop all the bots, really. We get a lot of bots, just like we do here on YouTube, just with trying to join. No problem, David Atkins. Very welcome to do shout outs. What I'll be doing in the future, just for those the pre-show announcements, if I get round to do them, if you ever want a shout out on one of these shows, make sure you comment in the pre-show announcements, hashtag YouTube Tuesday, and I will give you a shout out during these shows, as well as ones I do come across in the chat as we go along. That's what it's all about. It's all about sharing our tips, tricks, and having some fun. It's all about model railways, nothing else. It's just purely a hobby, and that's how it should always be. Enjoying ourselves and enjoying a hobby. No problem, Manfield Lee. I look forward to seeing your next live stream. When will anybody got any videos coming out actually over the next few days? Any live streams are going to be done? Lee, when are you going to be doing another live stream very soon? Don't worry, I'll remind you, Owen. Nice one, mate. How many Hornby TTA tankers do you have? As I remember, you had lots, but I can't remember how many you had. That's from West Coast Model Railway. Yeah, I think, and there's the cat meowing. Quiet 68. Tankers, I don't even know where they are. Oh, there they are, hidden in the background. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I believe it's 18. May have miscounted. They're in the dark at the moment underneath the upper level. So it's either 18 or 19 I have of them. I do love light tankers. New Dora Junction says he's got an update on the layout coming out with new locos and a running session. Morland saying, sorry Lee, missed your stream today, was busy. He did one today. Ooh, I missed out on that myself. I'll have to check back on that. I do. People that do live streams, if I don't catch you on your live streams, don't worry. I will check out on the replay. I'm not active on YouTube at present. I had an operation 4 weeks ago and another procedure in a couple of weeks. Well, I hope all is well, David, with you, David. Take care. stay safe, and we look forward to seeing updates in the future. Keep in touch and do a little bit of modelling in between. Gary Lester says, I will be doing an update hopefully this weekend depending on the weather. Yeah, well, I was hoping to get out and about when it was nice. I got a bit busy, so it kind of got sidetracked, and then obviously heavens have opened since, so I do hope to get out and about again very soon, because I know many of you have said you really enjoyed those, and to be honest, I've really enjoyed just getting out into the countryside, sitting there and just watching some trains go past and then recording them, obviously. I'm hoping to catch some unique ones. Okay, so Owen, me too, update coming soon. That's from Finnerton Central. New Dawn Junction said he's got an including, he's going to, a sound fitted black 5. Owen says, I stream every Sunday at 9. Yes, I believe you do now, Owen. Will that be regular, or is that just for the time being? If so, let me know. Videos go out most Fridays at approximately midday. Yes, I do see them. Right, so let's get on. It's going on, and I think we'll get on with this lemur. So I'm going to just move that to one side. In fact, I'll place it up there so I can still read your chats as best as possible. Right, so let's tilt the camera back now. Let's have a look. Now, this 33, it's an old lemur one, but it's one of the late lemurs that's actually a very good runner. It does have snow ploughs, but they were badly glued on. It was second hand. Now, as I said, this already has got a decoder in it, but unfortunately the decoder doesn't work. It's missing a buffer as well. So what we want to do is I want to put this in it. It's a sound decoder donated kindly, so very easy. Just get the lid off, just lift the side, and off it clips. So we'll place that to one side. Obviously, this, because it's an old lemur, there's no light. It's just the general Joe Blogs inside, and as you can see, here is the decoder. It's blue tacked in. Sorry, black tacked in, and straight away that wire is just broken off, and that's not a problem. That's the black wire. We've got the pickups. So we've got the black, we've got the live, and we've got the motor. Now these are pretty standard to do. With this one, I'm going to have to double check because these colour wires have been changed. So that one there, okay, that's black, so that's one motor, so that's motor and that's motor, so I don't want to be getting mixed up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to say goodbye to that piece of rubbish, and we're going to be cutting it out. So there we go, that's that gone. Get rid of that rubbish. Okay, so we've got motor, the two motor wires, and we've got the two pickups. On this, obviously, these old lemurs, they have one pickup on one end and they have the other pickup on this end. In this case, it doesn't necessarily matter which way around we're going to be doing it, because it doesn't matter about the length. We may take these wires off and actually fit this directly to them. It all depends on how things work. It is a lot easier to use this. I've just left them on obviously for the time being, so I know which is which. Now, one thing I always do forget is the most simplest thing, and that's what colour wire goes to what. So for this case we need red and black, which are our pickups for the rails. They are rail pickups. And I know we need grey and silver. That cat again is meowing. So I'm trying to get everything else out of the way. So we don't need this lot as of now. There is, you see how long these are, they're about a foot long. So these are obviously for the likes of lighting, stay alive, things like that. I'm not going to be using that in this model, and I don't necessarily need all this wiring, so we're going to, I don't want to cut them off completely, but I'm going to get rid of them. There we go, that's got rid of those. And I always keep these little pieces of wiring, because it's always handy to do. So we've got the little tiny bit, and I'm just going to fold that over, and we're going to put some tape around that. Now I would use heat shrink, but as with everything, can't find it. So just use a little bit of insulating tape, and just to ensure none of those wires touch anything metal within the chassis, we're going to just take that up out of the way. Simple as that. That now leaves us with our 4 wires that we need. So what we'll do first is we're going to use the rails. We're going to do the rails. So we need red and we need black. And as you can see, these wires are super long, and I'm going to be looking at roughly where I want to be placing the socket. Obviously I've got to give room for the speaker, which I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to be placing that just yet. More than likely just on top of that peg, and the decoder insulated on top of the magnet area. I'm going to cover that over. So these are super long again, so we're going to cut some of this wiring off, so we don't need them that long, again to save the wires. So these harnesses are now shrunk down. I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking I'm going to take these wires straight off and solder these straight on to the pegs, save this bit of wire. Now why do we use the, I'm going to take that weight out in case it falls on my toe. So I'm looking now roughly where does it solder to. Now if I take the motor out, there we go, down inside there is a metal contact, and looking at that, it's behind the bogie. So I think what we'll do is we'll not solder that to that. What we'll do is I'm going to cut that one right back. And then we've got the pickups, which I'll do again separately. So we've got, we'll put this one on first. So one's in the terms of this DCC fitting, the black and the red, which is positive negative, which is in the terms of DCC, it's known as right rail, left rail. For this case, I'm not necessarily knowing. Looking at that, I'd say that's left rail, so that's probably right rail. Just double check, see where, yes it does, so that's right rail. All depending on which way round, doesn't necessarily matter. So we're going to strip the wire off the end. Strip plenty, always good to strip plenty off because you can trim it back down later on. There we go. And likewise on the end of here, there we go. Strip plenty, and we'll take that off in a moment. So what I need to do is get my third hand, and in fact try and get this into a certain position so you can see, just basically to stop it moving when I try and put solder on. So I'm going to tin them to ensure that they solder together nicely. There we go. Just try and find the fact. Let me just bring the soldering iron up. There we go. And I'll just tin the end of the, in fact what I'm going to do, before I do, just twist them wires around and just, there we go, right. So I'll just tin those wires. Simple as that. And where's the end? There we go. And again with the harness. Now this is exactly the same way as what you would do if you were hardwiring. Now why am I not hardwiring, you say? Well, what happens if the decoder pops, or you change your mind and you want to change the decoder that's in it? Well, if you've hardwired it, that makes the job just a little bit more difficult, because you've literally got to unsolder it from, you've your loco. So I've just twisted them together now, and I'll just heat that up now that I've tinned, and we'll solder them together like so. Then all we do is, so we don't need too much, just trim off the excess, and because obviously I've not got any heat shrink, I'll just put a little tiny bit of tape around that to make sure we don't get any contact with any other parts. So why don't I hardwire it yet? Well, if you get a decoder that pops, you've got to unsolder it. Now if you use a harness, you're basically making your locomotive DCC ready. Until you put the decoder in, it's still DC. So you're completely fine about taking a decoder out, swapping it for a new working one, or swapping it for taking out a blown one and replacing it with a working one. So it's much easier to use a harness. Yeah, it's a little tiny bit more of expense, but it's well worth it in the long run. So I'll just put the motor back in. There we go. So now we're going to do the same, but this time I'm going to take this off. So as simple as that, just desolder. So taking that off, let's get rid of that, and we'll tin that wire. There we go. And now I'm just going to turn that, fold that in half, heat that up, and solder that to the peg. And it's set. There we go. So that's the rails now attached, and now we need to do the motor. Now for this, I'm going to take these off from the motor directly and put these harness wires straight on. So we'll strip the harness wires back. There we go. A little bit more. So I'm going to desolder that. It'll come off. There we go. There's one. And I can never remember which one's which. One's right, one's left. I'm sure it's oranges that side. So what we'll do again, nice little tip, have a clean tip. There we go. So that's that one. Just fold that over. And if I haven't done it the right way around, then I'm sure I can just desolder and do it correctly, the correct way around. Now for this, I put a little bit of blob of solder on the tops of, just let it warm up. Makes it a lot easier. Need to burn my fingers out. And we just touch it. If it'll go on, come on. There we go. That one's done. And we'll just tin that one as well. There we go. Let's bend that over. And now, left-handed, just touch that on there. I can't do it left-handed. I'll do it right-handed. In fact, I need to take the old one off first, don't I? Come on. Here we go. There's the old one off. And we'll place the new one on. Do it the right, do it correct, the right way around. I'll do it straight away. So there we go. That is the harness now fitted. Rails and motor. Simple as that. So the best thing to do now is, before putting the decoder in, is put a blanking plate in to check that that works fine. So I'm going to go into my box of goodies and we'll get our hands on a blanking plate. Dooba-dooba-doo, where are we now? There we go. No, that's not a blanking plate. That's not a blanking plate. Got some here somewhere. Is that them there? Doo-doo-boo-boo. We do have them in here somewhere. That many bits and bobs. Trying to find one. Got the ends of decoders where I've hardwired them in the past. Aha! What we got in here? 21 pin blanking plates. And it would seem I've run out of 8 pin blanking plates. Yeah, we have. So it looks like we're going to have to dive in at the deep end, and fingers crossed the decoder is fine. Right, so I'm going to move that, and move that box, move that, and we'll open the decoder. So normally what I do is I get an 8 pin blanking plate, place it in there, chuck it on the track and see if we got life out of it. But what we'll do is we're going to go straight in at the deep end and fit this. Now orange wire is always port 1, which is that one there. Yes, it's got a number 1 on it, and we find orange on there and match it up. Simple as that. Let's see if we've got life. Check it's on the track right. Okay, just move that over there. Just move that can out of the way. And that out of the way. Leave bits and bobs. So, it's here on the track. I have absolutely no idea what address this is. Might be actually worth, I suppose, putting it on the programming track to see where we got life. So let me do that. Okay, so first of all we'll put it on the programming track. Then I'll put the decoder on the programming track. So let's see if we got some life in that. Go into this. My stream is buffering. I hope you can all hear still. Yes, thank you. Right. Let's see if we can read the address. In fact, there's me wiring. Right, so red is rail right, left rail left, orange is motor right, so the motors might be the wrong way around. It's showing no address, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and write an address. 01. think we got that wired up right. I think they're the wrong way around. We'll see. We'll find out now. It helps if I actually on the track, doesn't it? No. Alright, so yeah, I think I've got them the wrong way around. Not to worry. I say, I'm not sure whether this was going to work. This is trial and error. This is the joys of live streaming. We never know if it's going to work. So I'll just take that back off. And what I'm going to do is just quickly swap these over. So that's probably what the point error is. And as I say, this is the good thing about using a harness. If you make a mistake, you can quickly revert it back. See, if I had a 8-pin harness, I'll be able to test that on the DC track. Okay, so let's test that again. So, I'll place it on the programming track first. See if we get any life out of it. Ooh. Not getting any address from it, but we'll try it. We've just got some movement on it. Not sure if that's worked. Just going to check that I've got the decoder. Best thing to do is probably stick it in another loco. What have we got that's 8-pin? Not much. What have we got here? That's directly fitted, that is. What have we got that's 8-pin? That's 21. Haven't got many 8-pins now. I know. Bear with me. That's not the one. Just trying to find a one that I've done with the harness. No, that's a hardwired one. Right. 1, 2, grey. Right, that's right. Red, black. That's right. I haven't got many that are 8-pin now. Most of my stuff's 21-pin. What we got on the layout? Anything? No. They're all 21. So it looks like one of two things may have happened. One, either the decoder doesn't work, and just double check. It is wired up the right way around now. That I can be for certain. Yeah, that's right. That goes that way. And let's try. See if we get any life out of it. never mind. Well, that one I will look at again for the future. Well, that's simply as it is. If I take that back out, so if I've got an 8-pin blanking plate, I can sit that in there now, and that would remain DC. Just put that weight back in. No, not a problem with that. So I have got some blanking plates somewhere. In fact, hang on a second. I may have one here. Let's have a look. Ah! No, it's not. Thought I had. Bits and bobs everywhere. So no, not in there. Thought I might have done, but well, I'll find something for you. We'll have a look. I'll have a look at that. I'm going to find another locomotive to see if I can get that in there. It's a pity, really. I was looking forward to that, but we'll come to that again. So yeah, harnesses. That's how you do it. 8-pin. DCC ready now, which is better than that rubbish I had it before that didn't work. So we're taking that piece of junk out. That's useless now. So we'll place the body back on. Simple as that. Right, so next one. Do we know if this one's going to work? Well, we don't know. Another DCC fitting. Let's get rid of these bits and bobs. In fact, what I'll do, just to ensure that doesn't get damaged, I'll place that back in there, and I'll find another locomotive to try all that in. I do have one, I've just remembered one. Right. So, does this work? Well, we don't know. We're going to find out. So yeah, this is the aggregate 66, which was on special. Now then, these can be rather fun to open. Now, is this one with the changed? So it should be the 4 screws. Yes. So let's get the cradle. We want a small screwdriver, which mysteriously disappeared. There we go. That's one. Yeah, another one just in case. There we go. Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah. And we want my servicing cradle gone. It's in one of these drawers amongst all these kits. Oh. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Here it is. Always great little kit to have. One of these servicing cradles to ensure to try not to damage your locomotives. So with these Batman 66s, you've got 4 screws for releasing the body, and they can be a little bit of a pain. Just take the NEM socket off to make it a little bit easier. And they're just behind the back of the bogie. And this one, just hoping that the screwdriver is actually releasing them. We'll find out soon enough. Yeah, that was definitely undone. Apologies for the stream being out of sync or anything like that, or out of focus. try my best to get that in focus for you. There we go. So I'm just going to turn that over and let's see how many screws fall out. So we got 2. Place them on there. Do we have any more? Not them ones. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And we don't need that there, so let's place that down there out of the way. Unplug that. Released. Screws don't want to fall out, but I think it's released. Trying to prise the body off now. These can be tricky at times without, but once they come off, they're off. As you know, I can just add another screw full. There's one more. I think there might be one screw that's still in. Oh no, there we go. Oh, now one to be careful of is the Cyclops lights are plugged in. Forgot about those on these 66s. So be very careful when lifting. Don't go yanking it straight off up in the air. Be cautious of your Cyclops lights. So there we go, inside the 66, pretty much standard. We do have a space in there for a speaker, which is good because I've not seen that from Bachmann before. It's usually just the chassis. So they've put a little casing for speakers, 2 little screws. We'll release that if you want to put a different one on. But what we want is that blanking plate and to replace it with this chip. So simply gently lift that off. There we go. Now I have no idea what chip this is. It's on a sticky pad. Not sure why. I think I might leave that on just to protect the bottom of it. So making sure we've got the chip the right way around. It's pretty simple. On the 21 pins there's one peg missing, and if you look on the decoder you'll find that there's a blank on one of the ports on the back of the decoder. That makes sure that sits in where one of the pegs are missing. So in this case it goes this way around. So we just place that on there and give it a nice gentle, don't push down too hard. Yeah, and I'll leave that pad on the back just to protect the bottom. That looks okay to me. It looks like it's on. So before we fit that, I'll just place the lid back on the top and we'll place this onto the track. We'll first of all, I'm going to put it on the programming track to check whether we have an address and whether we actually have a decoder that's alive. So let's make sure that's properly on the rails because these 66s pivot, and we'll read the decoder. Let's try that one again. Loco address read. There we go. It's not reading. Don't know why. Let's try and write it then. Not having much luck tonight. I have no idea what that's just tried to reset that address as. So we'll do it again. Address, right, oh it's set at 3. So we'll set it for now. It's address 2. In fact, what's the number of it? 6711. Right, okay. We'll redo that. So, loco, address, right, 6711. we go. Not sure whether that's done anything. Didn't hear anything. So I'm not sure whether that decoder actually works. But we'll give it a try. Place it on the track now. See what life, if anything, we get out of it. Just checking everything's in. Let's see if we get any life out of it. Nothing whatsoever. So what I will do now, just to double check, I'm going to reset the decoder. And for those of you who want to know how to reset decoders, most often, some are slightly different depending on the manufacturer, but the majority of it's changed CV8 to value 8. Okay, so let's see if that'll actually move now. That should be on back on CV3. Oh, I just saw lights come on then. I just saw some lights come on. Might be wrong. Maybe not. Nope, not getting anything out of that. Oh well. I'm not sure. We know these things happen. We have problems again. I'll keep that blanking plate in the box. Another one to look at. So we'll be working on that. I'll let you know how things go with that in the future. I say it was a spare one. I wasn't 100% certain whether it would actually work, but it would seem that it doesn't. So something for the future is to get some hands on some more decoders. Been in short supply, from what I believe, decoders have recently. So we'll look at that. Okay. So sound decoder to sort, decoder in that to sort. I've got a busy week ahead. So let's have a look at the chat. I've got a sore throat. That's live TV for you, indeed. We have fun. It just shows nothing goes right every time. 50p for the meter march rest. So I'm going to scroll back to a certain point. Obviously, apologies not catching all your chats. Okay, so CSX Rensfield here. Say hi to the cousin Vinny for me. Iron Horse, yes. Good bloke, Vinny. Lima models are good. Yeah, Lima. That's from Finnerton Central. Lima models can be good. There are some bad ones out there, but if you can get some of the later models, they are very good. Quicker doing things like this, it would take me ages. It's really easy once you get to do things. It is relatively easy just to put things together. I'm just going to refresh in a moment. Fingers crossed. Yes, indeed. Drum roll. No idea of the dress. We could hear for a while. Oh dear, oh dear. Press the like button. Sorry, test the loco runs first before adding anything. Class 20s. Yeah, in fact, I'm just going to grab that one up there, actually. this was one I fitted. Now I didn't use the harness on this one due to I didn't have any harnesses at the time, plus the space constraints. This was built, I'll just turn the camera down, let's move that out of the way. This was built as a test. In here we have an Al sound speaker. This is a replacement speaker for the TTS speakers. In here I've got a TTS class 20 sound decoder. It's a bit rough at the moment, it's got to be cleaned up. I just put it in to see how it sounded. Now with these Lima 20s there's not much space available to play something, so what I do with these, if I can just show, you get a little bit of plastic card, it just sits across the top there, just a little bit of Bostik glue or something just to fit it in, and it's a perfect place to sit a speaker. With the wiring tidied up, it's superb. But I can tell you this does work. So let's whack this on the track. I'll just take that one off and put it, see if this will test actually whether the track's working, but it should do. So just making sure, because I've not insulated anything on this at the moment, it's literally just thrown together. Just tilt the camera up, there we go. So there's that. I think I know what the address is. I think. Maybe it's not. I don't actually know what the address is. I'm going to have to check what the address is on that because I cannot remember. Or have I got it wrote down? Just one moment. Oh, right, yeah. Now I know what it is. Yeah. I know what it is now. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reset that. Okay. Right, so according to my sheet, it's address 30. Yes, there you go, something that works. I won't move it far because I don't want the wires coming off. Just to give you an idea, that sound, it's a much more deeper sound. Turn it back the other way. Whoop, too fast. There you go. Class 20. That's with the Owls sound speaker. These are available from Westall Wagon Works. I think these are about £8 for the speaker. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I'll leave that ticking over there. Oh, where am I on the screen? So let's bring the camera back onto me. Control Alt Delete. Jason needs a power cab. No, I need a Prodigy. Hi Jason, thanks for showing how to fit a harness. I have a lot of DCC locos to change. That's from Ronald. You're very welcome. If you ever need any help, please get in touch. No problem. I did something similar. Jason ended up going back to DC. Indeed, he did. I need to invest in a decoder test. Yes, I do really. That's a good point. That is. I know these two decoders here. They were tested when I got them, but it was quite some time ago. And when I got them here, I couldn't find them. I've been searching for quite some time trying to find them. And fortunately, last week when I was having a tidy up, I found them. So I thought we'd go ahead with that this week. But yeah, a decoder tester definitely is a must. Would be something great for me to get my hands on. Ah yeah, Owen, Jason is a prodigy. Good man. Being a TTS chip, Jason, put on the program tracks, change CV setting 162 to number 7. What does that then do, Chris? Craig, sorry. So, what are we on now? We're on 126. I'm just going to refresh my stream for your chat. There we go. Bring it up to date. Oh right, it turns the engine sound up. I think it's quite loud. Bearing in mind, these are scaled down models. If you've got the sound, then the sound should be scaled down as well. You wouldn't, if you went to the volume of that locomotive at that volume that it is now in real life, you would no way you'd be able to stand so close to it. So I think that's a nice volume on that. It's not overpowering, it's not eardrum bashing. I think that's quite nice, and with the new speaker in it as well, makes a big difference. Because the Hornby ones are very tinny. I'm not saying they're not brilliant, but they're adequate for what they are. Owen doesn't have a clue, he runs DC. No, of course you have a clue. Nothing wrong with DC. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with DC. Mine's DC and DCC. The upper level, that's a DC track, and that's what I run on there. And if I could find a blanking plate, I'd run that 31 on the upper level. But can't seem to find one. And do you know what? I'm not adamant that I want to see it. I want to test it. I'm going to have another butchers in my goodie box. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can find. And straight away, what do I find? A blanking plate. Why didn't that not appear before? So, let's see whether I've got it right. Let's put a blanking plate in. So, like I say, this is as easy as it is. So I don't think there's any particular way on this. Why didn't I see that before? Hallelujah. So there we go. Blanking plate. Blanking plate now in. Simple as that. That is now DC. Let's see if it works. Wish me luck. We have life. It does. I know the motor itself wants a service. It does work. Come on, turn. Not been ran for a while. Come on, you're turning just. But yeah, it's worked. That's a good thing. The track is absolutely filthy, bearing in mind. Well, yeah, it's working, which is superb. Just shows that I've got the wiring the right way then. Ooh. Right, what I'm going to do is see what happens. Should get buzzing out of it. Yeah, we got the usual buzzing. Let me place it on there. Let's see if it will move on this, because it's got a little bit more juice to it. There we go, it's moving. There we go. So it does work. Just not ran for very long. Helps if the wheels were on the track and all. What I'll do is spin it round. There we go. Let's take that off for a second. You can hear it. Does want water. Does want running in. We've got a free rail. We might have a free rail. Let's see what will happen. See if it makes it all the way around. It's going. Look. There it is. Bit slow. It's because it's going to a poor dropper section. Oh, and there's me retro wagons. So yeah, there it goes. It does work. So we'll leave that running. It's a shambles in here, isn't it? Let's see if we go the other way. There is it. I think the wheels want cleaning on it as well. Yeah, there we go. So it's running nicely. DRS, that's 33. Right, so yeah, there's the 20. You've heard that. Al sounds in that one. Superb speaker. Let's have a look. The only thing I like, alright, what's this now? Stu must be near me. While we're chatting, put a track cleaner on, and by the time you're running session at the end, very good idea actually. That is a superb idea. There it is. In fact, why don't we see whether this will actually pull it? See if it will pull the Gauge Master track cleaner, because we all know, those that you've got one of them, they are quite a heavy track cleaner. Struggling a bit, but it's getting there. Helps if I actually turn it up. No, it's only on half power. We'll leave that going round and it'll clean the track while it's warming up. Very good idea. Thank you for that suggestion, Owen. Try the chip now. I might do once it's warmed up a bit. Duracell things. Yes, the Duracell tankers are actually up there. Jason, what happened to the shout out mentioned in the pre-show vid? There was 2 requests for shout outs. We had Andrew. We had, I'll go back to it actually and we'll have a look any more that were on there. Yes, we had Anfield Road layout in the loft. We had a shout out for him, and David Atkins also asked request for the shout out. I'll just double check that there's no more. That's getting on faster now, that is. Let's check the comments. Just the 2, yeah, Anfield Road, so I'm going to actually give them some love and some thumbs up. So thank you to those 2 that did do that. What happened to, yeah, we've got that. Remember that Lima growl? Yeah, that's actually quite a noisy one, but I'll be stripping down the motor and giving that a full service using my usual methods. What was the hashtag? It was hashtag YouTube Tuesday. That's all you had to do in the pre-show videos. If you next week, well, I'll be doing the announcement again, so make sure you after I do the pre-show announcement in the comments below, just put hashtag YouTube Tuesday and you'll get a shout out during the show. Beating off, it's off to bed. He's got an early start in the morning. Thank you very much, Dave. Matt Maz says he showed it as well. Nothing's showing up. I apologise. I'll just double check. I'll select newest first. Yep, only showing the 2. There we go. Brian says he put one in too. Unfortunately, why are they not showing them? Right, we'll see if without affecting my OBS. Let's see. Because it might just stutter for a moment. So while what we'll do, I'm just going to put the slideshow on for you. Just taken past are some great pictures around the layout. That's really getting fast, that is. But that bus there is actually one I've driven in real life. Not that particular, not the model, real thing. Hopefully it's not affecting the stream. Yes, 3 is say it's not been ran to warm it up, or we try to do what we did. So I'm just going to look at the studio whether I've had any comments. Oh, it's decided to stop. Don't know why. So let's. Oh, and it's just decided to stop. Fine, that's actually cleaning the track at the same time, so that's another reason. I'm on the. Still showing only the 2. Question: did you do it on this week's, or have you commented on last week? That's one thing to take. Have you commented on last week's? I can check that out actually. Stopped. I know what stops there. Right. go in the studio. No, stop dead. Oh well. What I'll do is I'm going to reverse and push now. Just going to go get hands in there. At the comment sections now, and it'll actually tell me even if it's not shown up. Oh, 7 health for review. So, here we go. This is why. Just waiting for it to load. Yes, indeed, we did have Viaduct Central Model Railway. We did do hashtag YouTube Tuesday. I will approve that. Apologies for it not showing. Dinmore Junction also did. Said hi to Jason. I'm going to approve that. This is YouTube. I've done this. So sincere apologies. Gary Lesser TMD also did the YouTube Tuesday. Can't wait to see you all soon. Timber Surf did the YouTube hashtag YouTube Tuesday. Thank you very much, Timber Surf. Donegal Dan also did it. And it's all there. Yes, you're right. I've just approved them for review. So sincere apologies. So and we'll do some shout out before we finish with a stream. Sorry. So now they're showing. Refresh. Yes, there everyone's there now. Thank you very much. So yeah, now I'll just take you back. Take the slideshow. So where we are now, they're all showing. There we go. They're all showing now. Right. So ready, my moderators at the ready. If you kindly like to get ready to post some links. It sounds a bit iffy. Well, I've stopped that from messing about now. So I'm just going to switch to that. So that might improve things. So yes, indeed it did, Matt Maz, and I've just sorted that out. So, what have we got then, guys? Hashtag comments not right. Thanks for joining us, David Atkins. I only see my comment, but no others with a right. So it was purely down to that. Okay, so, first of all, we're going to do this in order. So, Viaduct Central Model Railway. Thank you very much for highlighting. Thank you very much for many of your comments in the past. I'm just going to go to the channel now, and we'll have a see if we've got anything about section. Yes, Viaduct Central joined on Christmas Day 2014. That's 6 years he's been on YouTube. Great little channel. Love the Viaduct actually regarding what he's put. I'm just going to go back to it. So yes, Viaduct Central. And apologies, it's blurred. Make sure you check him out. Thank you for hashtagging. So there's the channel. Check out Viaduct Central. Thank you very much for hashtagging. He recently did a live stream himself 2 weeks ago. So go on there and give him some thumbs up for his videos. Oh, so it's just derailed. I think we'll stop that now. Right, so that 33 is nicely warmed up now. I'll place that out there and we'll come back to that in a moment. So Viaduct Central, yes, check him out. He's been doing some regular live streams. Give him some thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy, and if you do, make sure you comment and watch a few videos. If you don't, YouTube will remove your subscription to his channel. Let's say if you like what you see, make sure you do subscribe. Great channel to be watching on. Right, so next one. Who we got? Dinmore Junction. We'll check out Dinmore Junction. Not got any information on his channel, just a few subscribers. Thank you very much for hashtagging. Check him out, Dinmore Junction. Thank you very much for my mods for putting the channel links. Dinmore Junction, I don't think he's actually got any videos on his channel yet, but he is a great follower of many channels here on YouTube. Double O gauge GWR layout. Not showing to me actually any videos at this moment in time, but I'm sure there'll be many coming in the future. Gary Lester TMD, yes, he's here today. Thank you very much. Absolutely brilliant, and he does like his Class 58s. If you are a 58 fan, then make sure you subscribe to Gary's channel and check out many of his videos. He's got some superb. In fact, I've seen you got a Pug Class 60 in mainline livery, Gary. Definitely worth checking out. He's been on YouTube for 11 years. Check out and subscribe if you're happy. Make sure you also comment and let Gary know. I know he's here in the chat today, that you subscribed due to seeing him here on YouTube Tuesday. Let's see your about section. Let's see if you've got any information on your. Oh yes, going to try and build a double O gauge model railway of 16 by 2 foot board. Any tips for me, guys? Would greatly be welcome. Please feel free to share your thoughts and experience. I've decided to try and have a go building my very own TMD, and station area will be around the mid 90s to the mid 2000s. Rolling stock will be mainline EWS, East Midlands trains liveries, so from the Class 58s, 60s, the odd 56, 37, 08s, and maybe the odd 47. So great channel there to check out. That's Gary Lester TMD, and he is here and he's moderating for this evening. Timber Surf, absolutely. Now you definitely need to check out Timber Surf. I am a massive fan of his vidbits. I watched every single one of them. They are literally what they are. They are vidbits. They're little short videos on topics that you wouldn't necessarily think about. Some of them are absolutely great. I did like the sticky stuff remover vidbit Timber. That was intriguing, and yes, it does work very well. He does a lot of research into his videos. He does some 3D printing as well. Recently showed also about dispensing bottles, what you can do with those, and also some CAD designing that he's showing, some 3D print, drawing print, CAD designing. So make sure you check out Timber Surf. If you like vidbits, you'd certainly like these. A great series he's been going on. He's got two different vidbit series he's going. He's got the Timber Surf vidbit series, and he's got the Timber Surf draw and print 3D series. Definitely, I think you alternate them, don't you, Timber? And so, I tell you what, I do like your 4-point garage car lift. That was quite an ingenious little project. Definitely worth checking out. Great little novelty videos that he does weekly, and some of them quite daily. So check out Timber Surf. We've mentioned David Atkins, who's just from British Columbia. If you haven't subscribed to him, check him out. Donegal Dad, let's check you out. It's been on YouTube now for 1 year. Let's check out his channel. Like I say, any videos you do, any channels you do subscribe to, make sure you check out their videos, 2 or 3, have a few watches, leave a few comments, make sure you give some thumbs up, because YouTube's new systems will remove your sub. You don't just do a sub for sub, because that's not fair. If you like the channel, you like the content, then please recommend subscribe to keep with the channel, and make sure you click the bell as well to be notified of all future uploads from them channels. And check out some of the videos, leave a few comments, leave them with some thoughts on what you think of their videos. Constructive criticism is always welcomed here at Barnabas Junction, and because without that there's no way we can improve. So be kind and courteous but constructive as well if there's some things that people could improve on, and also give them those big thumbs ups on their videos. So yeah, Donegal Dad, he's got his channel trailer there, and he's been showing how his recent one he did 4 days ago, Scenic, and how he may I'm just going to click how he makes roads. Now he is Irish based, as it states with the name. So he's also been doing hard standing. So I've not yet seen that video. I will check it out, because I'm looking at the hard standing around my fueling points. I've had a few information from some people on how that I'm going to be doing that, so that'll be coming in later videos here at Barnabas Junction. But thank you very much, Donegal Dad. He's also been showing about airbrushing, making his own acrylic paint thinners, and doing a workbench show, model making and building and painting and airbrushing as well. Definitely worth checking out, Donegal Dad. Okay, going on, we've got other. I'm just trying to find where's it all gone now. I've come off it. So other ones to shout out are Anfield Road layout in the loft. Obviously, I've mentioned Lee already. Thank you very much for commenting. And Matt Maz. Now, Matt, I've known you for quite some time now, and I love. One thing I do like when I come to your channel is I like your cover. Very well detailed. TMD with the sheds and the lines. I do really like. I'd like, if possible, I would love to see that full photograph in view. He does a lot of real rail videos as well. Oh, the Orient Express you caught there a year ago. A teaser of what's to come. Exeter St Andrews stabling sidings. That was 8 months ago. But check out his videos. Yeah. Oh, DB Schenker. I'll skip that one. Colas. He likes his Colas. So yeah, check it. Oh, CMX cleaner there. Have you got one? Oh, I'll have to check that out. So some great little videos there to check out. Let's check out his about section and see if he's fiddled anything in. No, he hasn't. Norwood Park is his layout. And it's been on YouTube since the 10th of December 2006. So yeah, make sure you check out Matt Maz. If you like what you see, give him a subscribe, and don't forget comment and give him some thumbs up on his videos. Thank you everybody for that. Thank you for commenting and with the hashtag, and thank you very much for leaving that comment, and I hope that the shout out is good for you. As I said, each week before the show I will do a pre-announcement ready for the main show here, and if you want a shout out, make sure you leave a hashtag on that pre-announcement video. Timbersurf saying I am not normal. I'm not normal either. Lots of scratch builds. Yes, you do indeed, Timber, and I do like to watch scratch builds. It's something I'm not very good at, but with videos like your own, it's ways that I feel that I can improve. So thank you very much for everybody for posting, the moderators for today, for posting in links. Yes, Matt Maz, you need to update your about session. I think something we all miss on YouTube. Wow, Viaduct Central, you got me to 300. Well done. That's highly appreciated, and I hope those that have subscribed to you enjoy your content as much as I do. Thank you very much. No problem, Donegal Dad. As requested, you did that. We found them in the end. They were being held for review. Apologies for that. I'll see what we can do for next week to make sure they don't get held for review next week, and they show up first time. Maybe leave some spaces. Maybe not even put the actual hashtag. I don't know, but I'll let you know anyway in the announcement video, and I'll keep an eye on it pre-show. I remember YouTube Tuesday getting me to 50 subs. That's Finniston Central. Yes, indeed. When you first came onto the YouTube scene, we quickly got you up to 50 subs, but I'm sure you're way beyond that right now. That's what it's all about. It's getting in the community, getting people known each time, and just showing those little channels that come into the scene. They kind of get swallowed up by some of the bigger channels. And I'm never say I'm not a big channel. I'm still a small channel myself. There's much bigger channels out there than me. But it's great that other channels give appreciation and shout outs for those littler channels coming into on the scene, because they mustn't be forgot. It's all about the community, sharing them equally, because although there might be new channels with not many subscribers, they may have some absolutely incredible content that deserves to be viewed. What controller would you recommend as a starter DCC controller? As a starter, definitely the Hornby Select, just to get you into address setting up, things like that. But I wouldn't go out and get a brand new one, because they are, for what they are quite expensive. I would recommend try and get your hands on a second-hand one. You can pick them up for sometimes £15–20, just to get the gist of how DCC operates. Now, if you do manage to get one of the current new Hornby Selects, you do have the ability on those to do CV changing, and there's more functions than there used to be than the older firmware versions. But you can get them upgraded for £15 by Hornby. The older ones, that is, to the new firmware. So as a starter one, I would recommend. But if you can, I know it's a big ask. If you can, and you can afford it, if you really want to jump in, go for the Gagemaster Prodigy Advance. Definitely recommend it. That's the one that I've seen at Westhill Wagon Works. You can get the wireless controllers with it, or if you can't really push the boat out, and you do like your technical stuff like iPads and stuff like that and your tablets, go for the Z21. Really good system, and their customer service is just second to none. As well with the Gagemaster, their customer service is absolutely incredible. If it fails, they have got a lifetime guarantee. So if something fails, and I believe it's the same with the Z21s as well, I might be wrong, but I'm sure those that have got one would quote me on that they will replace your system if it ever fails. I do know that's the case with Gagemaster, which is an absolutely incredible thing. So you buy something, you know it's going to keep working for life. No problem, Matt Maz. You're very welcome for the shout out. Gary Lester, thank you, Jason, for the great live stream again. The shout out is much appreciated indeed. Oh, you're on 410. Well, there you go. It's more than 50, Brian. Thanks, I'll take this into mind. So yeah, if you really do want to just jump in, if you just want to touch your toes in the water on DCC, get a second-hand controller. Bearing in mind some of the I know the Hornby Select, the older firmware won't work with some decoders. So it's ums and ahs. If you just basically want to just have a play about and see whether you do fancy going full on into DCC, go for a cheap controller. I do know version 1.5, which is version 15 of the firmware on the Hornby Selects, work with pretty much any decoder after that. Ones below are a bit and ahhing. It depends. If you go for some really cheap mate decoders, just to again touch your toe into the DCC world, they do work with the lower firmware Hornby Select, so you're okay there. But yeah, I use a Hornby Elite, which I've had no issues with all brands of decoders. It is good, it's a great, but it's a bit clunky at times, but it does its job. It's really easy. It's basically just like having two Hornby Selects together, just in one unit. It's great for what it does, but yeah, in the future, saving up, probably maybe even trading in the Elite, I will move on to my all-time goal of a DCC controller, and that's the Advanced Prodigy Gagemaster Prodigy Advance 2 with a DCC04 wireless controller. And I have to thank Mr. Influential for bringing that controller to my attention and let me having a play about with that on Westhill Wagon Works layout, because it's so consumer friendly, so easy to work, and the buttons on it are just self-explanatory. So if you can afford that little bit extra, I highly recommend that system. Railmaster, quite good system. It is. I've got Railmaster system. I had a quick look at it, but I didn't really get to grips with it. I think it was a bit behind the times. It needed to catch up a bit with current technology. Humanity Junction, or is it Human City Junction? Hello and welcome to this evening. We've been going for some time now, so you're just jumping in. We're going to be finishing off with a little bit of a running session because that's something we do miss here at Barnabas Junction. Thus, I've just had the track cleaner running. Hopefully everything will work, no problem. So on the layout at the moment, I've got Class 57 pulling the Shell tankers. I've got the Class 37 Euro Phoenix pulling the retro wagons. And nothing else actually, so we need to get some other locomotives out on the layout. One thing to do before we do finish off with that running section is the Hornby wagon that I said we're going to be doing a competition for. This is pretty simple. This will not, it's not going to be launched today, but I'm just letting you know, heads up, this will be launched next week. If you want the chance to win in this, I'm still wondering how to make it absolutely simple for you to enter. So if you would like the chance to win this, make sure you are tuned in to next week's episode, because I'll give you a full rundown of how easy I plan to make it for you to chance to win this. And hopefully I might have a special guest for you to draw it. We'll wait and see. We'll see how it goes. No words on who that will be. We'll have to wait and see in a few weeks' time. So yeah, next week I will be launching this for you, chance to win, all courtesy of just being a subscriber. A big thank you to all of you for being here throughout these difficult times, through all the show-stopping time, and I hope you enjoy it. I'd like to see that on your layouts, whoever does manage to win it. So make sure you tuned in next week. Can I run the Desero? I certainly can, Owen. For you, I will get that one out for you. But bear in mind, it is a bit of a fiddly one to sort out. So, talk amongst yourselves, and I will just switch to the intro, the slideshow, while I set it all up and speak to you in a moment. So we are back. Sorry about that. Let's take you down a bit lower. There we go, that's a good view, isn't it? So as Owen has requested, we got the 350 running. See if that's a bit better. There we go. I'll just transition that. Right. There we go. There you go. So we have the 350 running. It's just coming round into shot now. Will I be converting the APT? Well, I've done 2 attempts to convert the APT without success, unfortunately. And I think it's all due to the particular motor that they've used in it. So what I'm going to be looking at probably doing is doing a motor conversion on it to allow it to be converted to DCC. Going to bring the camera back a little bit. So we'll just have a look around. We've got some workmen here on their backs, on their backsides, doing nothing. Coming into shot now. Faction. We'll do this. The other thing is 37 for you. I hope it's not deafening you. Pulling the retro wagons. How many of these do you remember? Right, so what else have we got in operation? I'll turn the sound off on that because I don't really fancy it deafening you. There we go, so you can hear me much better. And it won't deafen you as it goes past the camera. Right, so next one I'm going to bring around, hopefully this one's going to work, is she's moving. Get some lights on her. There we go. And it's just decided to derail. Typical. There we go. Let's just reset that. There we go. Everything moving again. Okay. No, I turn around. We're going to have a flood of trains for you coming through now. Hope the camera can control. So we've got Class 57 309 Pride of Crew pulling the shell tanks. We've got the Desero Class 350 4-car set. We've got the Euro Phoenix 37 pulling the retro wagons. I call them retro wagons because that's pretty much what they are. They're not the everyday wagons you see on layouts these days. I do have a lot more of them, including tankers. Now, considering nothing's actually ran up here, I'm quite impressed, to be honest. I have a bad fish plate there. '57 decided to stop. So we've been going 2 hours 15 minutes, and now it's been the longest one of this second series so far. At the end of the point, you mean this one here? Yeah, it's I had to break the point there. I had an issue, had a fish plate issue. I actually had to Dremel through it. So we'll bring Euro to a stop. There we go, right in front of the camera for you. How about that? Star of the show. Driver wanted to say hello to you all. Lee's big hammer will fix it. Hammer fixes everything. Or a glue gun in Chris Bauer's case. Anyway, so thank you for everybody for joining us. Obviously we've got the harness fitted in, showing how easy they are to fit. We had no joy with the decoder, but I'll look into that for you. We've got coming up for you next week is the competition for the wagon. Make sure you're tuned in next week for that. Thank you for everyone that requested the shout outs on the pre-show. Again, we'll be doing that next week, but I'll make sure I see the comments next week. I'll make sure they're not held for review. In fact, let's back the Euro up. There we go, we'll stop that there now. There we go. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next week then, take care everybody. Remember, stay safe, stay well, keep on modelling, and if you haven't already, thank you to obviously all those that have subscribed to the channel so far, and thank you to any new ones. And if you're not already, then please do subscribe, highly appreciated, and give the video a thumbs up. So until next week, thanks very much, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.